All right, let's dive into something really fascinating today. It's a powerful vision for the future laid out in a document from October 2025 called the Declaration of a Resonant Civilization. Now, this isn't just a small tweak to the system. It's talking about a fundamental shift in how we live, how we work, and how we connect with everything. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the whole thing kicks off with a really big question, one that kind of gets right to the heart of it all. Is it possible we've built our entire world on, well, the wrong foundation? It's asking us to look past all our modern successes for a second and really question the principles we've been living by. And this slide, it just lays it out so clearly. On one side, you've got the pillars of our world right now, right? Competition, domination, efficiency, desire. But on the other side is the proposed future: harmony, awakening, empathy, and creativity. The declaration is basically saying, hey, it's time to make a conscious choice for a new foundation. Okay, so what's the big deal? What are the consequences of living by these old principles? Well, the declaration puts it in a really interesting way. It says our civilization is out of tune, kind of like an orchestra where every instrument is playing its own song, totally out of sync with itself and with nature. The argument here is that for all our stuff, for all our material success, there's been a hidden cost, a pretty heavy one. We've sort of drifted away from nature, lost touch with that deeper spiritual side of things. And isn't it weird? We're more technologically connected than ever, but we're seeing these huge waves of division and just deep loneliness. And this right here, this is the pivot. This is the crucial point. The declaration is calling for a total redefinition of what progress even means. It's saying, look, it's not about more stuff. It's not about a bigger economy or shinier tech. The real yardstick for an advanced civilization, it's the depth of its consciousness. How aware are we really? So, if the problem is being out of tune, it makes sense that the solution is to find a new rhythm, right? And that brings us to the core idea of this whole thing, the principle of resonance. Okay, resonance. What does that actually mean? Well, according to the first article of the Declaration, it's this core power to be in harmony with everything around you. Think of it like vibrating on the same frequency as other people, as nature, even as the universe itself. It's about finding that shared rhythm that lets us connect in a much, much deeper way. And this next part is super important to get. The Declaration is really clear about what resonance isn't. It's not assimilation, it's not about making everyone the same, and it's definitely not domination, where one group controls another. No, it's about coexistence. It's about letting every unique person, every culture, every living thing be exactly what it is while still contributing to this beautiful, harmonious whole. Now, I know this can sound a little poetic, a little out there, but the Declaration doesn't just stay in the clouds. It actually breaks it all down, showing how this idea of resonance could work in the real world across 7 key parts of our lives. Yep, 7. It outlines 7 core articles. You can almost think of them like 7 distinct musical notes. Each one is different, but when you play them together, that's when you get the music of this new civilization. Wow, okay. This table really gets to the heart of the changes. Let's just walk through these one by one. First up, the Earth. We're asked to stop seeing it as just a pile of resources to be used up. Instead, we see it as a living, resonating body that we have to coexist with. That totally changes the game, right? We go from being owners to being partners. Next, the economy. It's no longer just a machine for making profit. It becomes an energy that circulates for the good of everyone. It's a shift from hoarding to flowing, from taking to regenerating. Then there's education. It becomes less about just downloading facts and knowledge, and more about inheriting the ability to feel and to connect. It's about wisdom, not just information. And finally, science gets a major rethink. It's not just cold, hard reason anymore. It's about fusing science with spirit. Basically, giving science its heart back. So how do you connect all these new ways of thinking? The Declaration points to one powerful tool: art. Article 5 suggests that art and culture become the universal language. It's the way people and nations and even souls can connect on a level that words just can't touch. Okay, so this is a huge vision, right? It's almost cosmic in scale. But the way the Declaration wraps up is, well, it's beautifully simple. It brings this massive, world-changing idea right down to a personal starting point. So where does a change this big actually begin? I really love this quote. It says, this whole declaration isn't a system. It's a vibration. It's not a law. It's a prayer. And that makes it so clear, doesn't it? This isn't some political manifesto that's going to be forced on people. You can't pass a law to make people resonate. It's more like an organic movement, a shared feeling that grows. It's more of a prayer for a better world than it is a rule book. So how does a global vibration like that actually start? It doesn't start with millions of people. It doesn't start with governments or institutions. Nope. It starts with the smallest number you can think of. It starts with one. And that right there is the final powerful takeaway. This massive vision for a new civilization, this huge shift towards harmony and awakening, it doesn't have to wait for everyone to agree. It doesn't need a committee. It begins the very moment a single heart resonates with the idea, the moment one person feels it, believes in it, and starts to live it. So the question the declaration leaves hanging in the air is a pretty personal one. Could that person be you?